Back here with our entire panel. And Wendy, I want to start with you here. We just heard from Chris Paul. He hasn't necessarily had a conversation about if he's coming off the bench, if he's starting here. How do you see him fitting?
Well, he's going to be their backup point guard. I understand why in July he doesn't want to concede that. But if you look at their roster, that's where it's headed. And I know he started every game in his career. He's going to be paid $30 million to be the backup point guard. He's going to have to settle for being the highest paid backup point guard in the history of the game and backing up a first ballot Hall of Famer in Steph Curry. And if you look at the way they've structured their roster, when they go with a second unit, he can play his style of basketball. They can use him with Dario Saric, who can spread the floor. They can use him with Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga. I think it's actually a great fit, but it is going to be a change for him.
Well, I've actually heard different. I keep hearing that he's going to start, that he'll probably play the first 5 minutes of the game and then come out. And so that's why I think that he kind of gave Kendra that, like, weird look when she asked him, like, hey, you coaching? Because he hasn't come off the bench in his career.
Yeah.
I think the expectation from what I'm hearing is that he, as small as that lineup will be, that Chris will still start.
Yeah, I think, the question becomes, is that something that is sustainable, the 5 minute, whatever happens. But I think, Brian, you hit the nail on the head with it is July. So all of those decisions, we have some time to have them made here. But, Perk, you have been all over the place with whether or not the Warriors championship window is open or not. So let's just be definitive. Let's be clear. With Chris Paul, is the championship window open in your mind?
No. I told you that last week.
Why?
The week before and last month. No, absolutely not. Chris Paul does not move the needle for me. No, he don't. He don't. I'm sorry. He doesn't move the needle for me. Not especially as long as LeBron James and Anthony Davis is in the conference. First of all, they're not beating them. Okay, don't even make me bring up the record when it comes down to Steph and LeBron. But here's the thing with the starting position with CP3. It's time. And everybody come to that point of career where they don't want to accept it, but you have had your name called throughout the whole course of your basketball career, CP3 in the starting lineup. And to be honest, he shouldn't even care about if he's starting or not. It's not about who started at this point. It's about who finishes the game. If he's coming in off the bench and he's giving them 25 to 28 minutes, that should be his primary role. And CP3 actually should walk into training camp or go to Steve Kerr and say, actually, I want to come in off the bench. That would show a lot.